Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your reading for the new moon in Scorpio. This is taking place on the 20th of November. It is happening at 28 degrees of Scorpio, so you can take a look at your chart if you have that and look and see what house is being activated. This is a very, I feel, intense, well, obviously, because it's in Scorpio, new moon, because there's so much happening at the same time. A few of the major things just focused on this new moon. Um, I'm feeling, with this sun and the moon together at 28 degrees, and included at that 28-degree mark is Mercury retrograde, and those are in opposition to Uranus, which is at 29 degrees of not Capricorn, of Taurus. I'm sorry. So big, look at 29 degrees of Taurus as well. You can see where this tension lies between whatever is 28 degrees. I don't necessarily, well, I can't say. I do feel tension with the energy, but more over the tension, I feel like it's almost like a radical shift and a radical change based on some sort of information, some sort of communication, something like that is taking place. So it almost feels like this shocking moment followed up by um, this new opportunity is how it's feeling for me. So Jupiter, and then we have Chiron. So this is a big healing. Where is Chiron right now? It is at 23 degrees of Aries. So there is a healing. Chiron is a wounded healer. This is an energy where there's been a lot of healing taking place. You can look at where Aries is for you, 23 degrees. Chiron is at right now. So I do feel like there is some sort of, and something, it's interesting because this Chiron is squaring Jupiter right now. So I feel like there's healing taking place in regards to, well, I feel like there's a challenge with this because it is a square. So there's some challenge with a healing, could be within a family. It is in the sign of Cancer. Jupiter's getting ready to go retrograde, so I kind of feel like this tension is going to shift quite a bit in the near future, but I'm not here to bring energy or reading for that. I'm here to bring for the new moon. So what I see taking place in this new moon is some sort of revelation that has such a shock factor associated with it, and I feel like it changes something for the better in your physical realm. You do see Jupiter up here with Chiron, so it's interesting to see those two. That's why I was drawn to that, because there looks like there is a challenge in regards to healing, could be within a family dynamic or even within yourself, because Cancer energy does talk about foundation. It can be on who you are as an individual, your authentic self, really in some sort of challenging aspect. I keep getting distracted by that energy. So I don't know if you are meant to be focusing on one thing and then there is this distracting energy when it comes to your home, family, foundation, that sort of thing. There's some sort of healing taking place. Anyhow, there's Aries. Wow, so apparently the universe is directing me in its own way because my intent is for this new moon. Maybe this is all showing up. Eighth house, transformation, Scorpio energy. So this feels like it's very powerful and pivotal time. I again, it feels to me like once this is brought to the light, whatever this information, this news, whatever this is, I feel like quite quickly it's and like almost feels to me like an automatic transformation, like something has totally shifted and changed, and I do feel like it's greatly impacting. Again, you can look at what house Taurus is in at 29 degrees. You can look at that house, but I feel like it's something in the physical realm, someone's finances, something someone values, relationships, something like that. It's something in the physical. So the next card that comes up is Aquarius energy, and I did pick up on authenticity at the very beginning when I started doing this, and I'm feeling that Aquarius is signifying that. I do feel there's something about this Aquarian energy where I'm feeling like there is this direction or this sense of direction, like an innovative way of thinking or an innovative idea that you're implementing, something like that. I also feel that integrity and authenticity really strongly tied into all of that. Beautiful at the bottom of the deck, right? Look at this: angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow. There is something, like I said, there's like this shock factor, and then this entire transformation. I just feel like this is something really big. I do feel like it is going to bring forth that healing that maybe you've struggled with or had a challenge with within your home, your family, your foundation, that sort of thing. Next card that's showing up in this row is House 9. Sagittarius energy, and I don't believe in coincidences, but it is interesting that as soon as this new moon goes through at this 28 degrees, we will be skipping right into the sign or the season of Sagittarius. So you do see this entire first row being bookmarked with Sagittarius energy. Ninth house is Sagittarius energy. Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius. So I feel like it gives me that energy of this, again, that wow factor, that shock experience, whatever that is. But and I feel like it's a result of new, some sort of information, some sort of communication, something that takes place with this new moon that totally radically shifts and changes something. I feel like there is, Jupiter and the ninth house can talk about a shift and change in belief systems. It can talk about higher learning. There's a lot of things associated with that, but I do feel like this is moving on up from wherever you are. And there's that Scorpio energy at the bottom of the deck again, transformation, right? So I do feel like this is, it almost feels to me like an instant transformation. It's like once this news, information, conversation takes place, it's like everything, nothing is the same anymore. Everything is different. There has been a total shift and change in the paradigm, right? And like if you've ever had any unexpected, out of the blue, um, just information or a shocking experience, the feeling or the vibe of what it feels like when nothing is the same again, right? I feel like this is for a greater good. And I do feel whatever this is that you're learning, that you're hearing, that's being communicated to you or you're being informed about, I do feel like it brings some sort of healing, like that's associated with it, something that's been a really challenge to heal, possibly because you weren't able to heal when you were informed with truth, with clarity, with some sort of information. First card that comes out to clarify Jupiter is time to play. So this is I'm feeling called to say it's time to get out and have fun. It's time to get out and socialize or do things, get involved in things that you like, that you enjoy. There's the face of unexpected at the bottom of the deck. So that is that shock factor. I feel like that's coming through at the time of this new moon. Welcome change is here to clarify. Oops, sorry, Chiron. Welcome this change, right? Like I feel like you're going to welcome this healing. I feel like you wanted to heal from a situation for a very long time, but it's hard to heal from something if you're not clear and accurate about what you're healing, right? I feel like this is bringing something to the surface that allows just that to happen, where the clarity, the transparency, stay in the flow is at the bottom of the deck. And I did see that show up already for you with that trine. Um, that was beautiful energy where the signs and synchronicities, things were just lining right up for you. Two cards came out together. Nothing is perfect. And this is clarifying this Aries energy. Nothing is perfect in the faithful way. So I feel, I get the vibe. I just get this vibe of somebody who's kind of like looking at themselves saying, how did I not know this? Why did I not see this? That sort of energy. I'm just feeling the energy to say, don't beat on yourself for what you didn't know, because, I feel like your intention was a good intention, and unfortunately, whatever gets discovered, I don't feel had a good intention associated. People typically don't hide things, right? They hide things for a reason. It's because they don't want them to be seen. And I feel like, don't beat yourself up over this. I feel like you did the right thing. You took the high road. You were tried and true. You see a lot of water right there, turbulent water. You see peaceful water moving forward. So I feel like this is what's happening is you're moving forward to calmer waters, more harmonious energies. I am feeling a lot of different things with this. Um, so again, you'll have to look at your chart and see what houses are activated with all of this stuff, because this gives you a lot more clarity on what is going on, what's really taking place. So anyhow, bottom of the deck is the treasure of abundance. This could have been something that was hidden about money, because I definitely have seen that energy show up out here, or I've seen that radical shift and that radical change when it comes to that Taurus energy. So this can be, some sort of money. Another thing I am wanting to point out is there is so much activity in the water houses right now. Like I said earlier in this reading, Cancer's a water house, Jupiter's in Cancer. We are in this new moon in Scorpio energy. We have the sun, we have the moon, we have Mercury retrograde, we have Venus is in here, and also Black Moon Lilith is in them water signs right now. And then in Pisces, there's Neptune, there's Saturn, and there's the North Node. So I have been talking to or hearing from a lot of people who have really been feeling some feelings. There is a lot of stirring up in these water signs. So that definitely is that energy of feelings, emotions within relationships, within oneself. Next card that came out is Stand in Your Strength. This is, to me, feels like the Neptune energy. I showed it on a prior video. I'm not going to keep doing that. But anyhow, if you look up the thing for Neptune, you will see that that's what that looks like. So I feel like this is you in the center of a whirlwind, standing in your power, trusting your intuition. I'm really feeling standing your ground on a certain situation. It is with that Aquarius energy. And again, it feels tapped in and tied to this faithful way. And the age of Aquarius is about integrity, authenticity. It's about innovation. It's about truth, transparency, being clear, right? Intelligent, intellectual, all of those sorts of energies. So I'm feeling like this is somebody who I feel something's going to really change big, like Treasure of Abundance. I do feel like something's going to change quite swiftly, quite quickly in someone's physical realm, in that Taurus energy or in that Taurus area of their life. Taurus, ruled by Venus, really loves, I'm not saying it's a greedy, selfish, or um, I'm all, being on a pedestal kind of energy, but they do like the nicer things in life. They like quality over quantity. They like, things that look good, things that feel good, right? But when this is being in alignment, because they are meant to be for you, not because, like, for some energies, they snatch things, right? They take things that don't belong to them, and that's just bad energy. Virtue of humility. This is a humbling moment. Grateful for life. I really feel like this does feel, like I said from the beginning, I felt a lot of intense energy with this. And I do feel like this really, like somebody just doesn't even almost know what to think or what to do with whatever this experience is. It's like something they could have never even planned for, prepared for, even maybe dreamed of. But I do feel like it's coming together. I do feel like there's with this virtue of humility, I was just talking about, like, again, I'm talking about somebody who wants the finer things in life, the nicer things in life, the luxurious things in life, that sort of energy, right? But doesn't use that as a way of feeling like they're better than other people, right? I feel like this is why it's being gifted and awarded, and there is this blessing that's coming through, because this is somebody who would take something that and make the world a better place. Like they do things with it versus just sit there and make sure everybody sees all they had and this, that, and the third thing. This is somebody who would use it for the greater good of mankind, of humanity, Aquarian energy, right? This isn't when somebody's watching you do it. This is somebody who's going to do it regardless. So the next two cards that came up is the King of Swords to the Nine of Pentacles, and this is on that Jupiter energy and this time to play. I feel this King of Swords as being either a professional person or the person who's coming through with this new moon and bringing that energy and that information, the truth of something, and whatever it was something that happened in the past. And I do feel like it contains, it has something to do with some sort of finances, resources, wealth of some sort of, yeah, I'm feeling some sort of financial abundance is how I'm feeling it in financial. I don't know why, but I am. Eight of Pentacles. That talks about work, focus. Six of Pentacles. This, I don't know. I'm sorry. I keep bumping that. This King of Swords could do, this could be his job. This could be an investigator. This could be whoever this is a professional person. And I feel like through his, he's discovered something through his work and he's bringing balance to a situation. Wow. Lover's card underneath that. Talk about choices in regards to judgment. So I do feel like this is who that is talking about. Let's keep moving forward. Let's keep moving forward. Give us more. What is else is coming through with this new moon? Tell us what else is going. It's transforming something. Someone's going to be left out. They're going to be left out in the cold. There is a transformation that's taking place to restore balance in a situation. Someone is receiving a wish fulfillment. There has been a lot of things. You see five lotus flowers in here. This is like five of these all had to grow through a lot. There has been a lot of, somebody being stuck, somebody like in the dark about energy, about information. I feel like this information is coming true and bringing brought to light. There is an exposure. I feel like it's coming from this King of Swords right here, and there is going to be a loss. Somebody is going to lose something as someone gains something, and someone's going to be left out in the cold and blocked off because of some sort of action that they took, some that I do feel had something to do with breaking someone's heart, doing somebody like this is not a good energy like this. And look, underneath all of that was the Ace of Pentacles. This I picked up on this in another reading. I don't remember what sign it was. So if you are watching this for your sun, check your rising, go watch your rising video, your moon video. That will additionally give you more information. But I did pick up in another video where there was someone heartbroken and someone devastated because they weren't going to be able to be moving forward on a path because of the underhanded things that they were doing, right? Um, to sabotage or to take something or something like that from someone. And I just felt like those people were going to try to come in. Mercury is retrograde. It's famous for people trying to return from the past, that sort of energy. And I did feel like that somebody wanted to come in because they wanted to be on the winning team after they were sitting there on the opposition team for quite a while doing the most. So anyhow, that's done. There it is. There's Scorpio energy. There's the transformation. There's the Phoenix rising. This is the end of that cycle. This new moon is an ending and the beginning all at one time. And I've said it from the word go on this reading. And there's the Empress on the bottom of the deck. There was this Empress energy underneath. There is the Ace of Swords to the Tower card. So this moment of truth, it's literally going to be life changing for someone. It's a tower moment that liberates someone from what has been hidden from them. It's done. It's over. All right, let's keep moving. Let's grab a couple more energies. Let's grab a couple more. See what else, what other messages want to come out. This is for the sign of Cancer. The moon. The moon is going to illuminate something. There's going to be a path, a choice, a decision to make. Someone has found and caught the snake. The snake has been caught. There is going to be a lot of conflict, drama, chaos, I feel, surrounding this energy. Um, I kind of feel like that's not on your shoulders. I kind of feel like somebody got themselves caught up in a challenging experience. This, I feel, is your energy where you're putting all that baggage behind, where you're moving forward. This is what I'm seeing coming from you. Trusting your intuition. I did talk about that. We do have so much energy in the water signs. Water signs are always about intuition. So you could be feeling a lot of feelings coming up, a lot of intuitive messages and guidance being downloaded to you. It could feel very overwhelming when your mind and or your, I shouldn't say your mind, but your intuition and your gut, for some people they call it whatever, but like when your intuition is saying something, your emotions are saying something, but your physical realm, sometimes even the mind, right? Your mind wants to believe one thing even though your feelings, your emotions, your intuition is telling you something else. This is somebody who's getting a grasp on that. They're mastering that. This information is really going to bring um, major transformation. This is someone who's overcome all these obstacles that were thrown at them. This is someone who has faced a lot of challenges in this lifetime. And I did talk about where there was this square, or not that there was, because there is this square between Aries and Cancer, right? And so this is talking about somebody being the leader of their own life, taking action, being ambitious, having that drive, that fire, that desire to move forward, right? To bring a carve a new path, something like that. And it's in this challenge in that house of Cancer, which talks about the home, the family, the foundation. There just feels like there's been a strong opposition. Like if someone was to say to me, this was an entire kind of underhanded attack from a family, I would not even be surprised at all. And I feel if that's the case for whoever is listening to this message, this isn't something new to you. You've had challenges with this family probably all of your life, I'm feeling, and that's why there is so much damage, or so many, I shouldn't say damage, but I feel like it's so many, like that's why it took so long to heal, right? There seems like that is the reason that it took something so long to heal. Almost gives me that energy if somebody doesn't want you to heal from that. Anyway, I'm seeing that. I don't see that being the outcome of this situation. I feel like somebody is healing, putting this behind them, closing out this cycle. They're moving forward. They're trusting their intuition, and they're going through a major transformation that's going to change their life in a beneficial way for the future. So, Cancer, I hope this message helps you. Please don't forget to like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. I thank you for being here. I send you love and light.